to be Amitabh Bachchan, then you can be more than Amitabh Bachchan. So this is all about in 4 years that you will be what you want with the rigorous efforts. We will train you that how the rigorous effort to be put in the right direction. So as I told you about the marshmallow test, you need to have patience to learn. Don't compare the college to college only on one parameter. You have to have patience about the selection of branch. No branch is good or bad. All branches are good subject to you have an interest. And we are changing dynamically to keep the pace in the future. And we thought that future is AI and data science and cybersecurity, in addition to all other branches like computer, IT, telecommunication, and electronic and computer science. So we started the branches in these two courses. Two programs are started, out of which I am proud to announce that the cybersecurity is the currently running only at our institution in Maharashtra. So you can take utmost advantage of these whole courses and wish that you all soon visit the vibrant campus, vibrant activity, because today it is going to be a milestone evening regarding your career. Whatever questions you have, you can ask. And it is a long process of admission and the completion of your graduation. So I hope that the delayed gratification will definitely work here and you will come out in 4 years with shining star. Once John Kennedy has mentioned somewhere that the education institutes are measured with the yardstick of their alumni and the contribution of alumni to the nation. The alumni of our institution are working in very well companies, great ambassadors of corporates and the entrepreneurs. Need not to mention, but many of the alumni are working in Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and so on. It is a big list as the institution is a long since its inception in 1985. So I'm sure that today, as I told, will be the stepping stone into your decision making of your career, and wish you all a very best luck for your career ahead. And this evening will make your career and the campus and today's meet vibrant and will change your perception towards the engineering education, and the hard work will bring you the laurels that you can remember throughout the life. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouraging words to the aspirants here. I now invite Dr. Vineet Kotak, Training and Placement Officer at Shyankar Kachi Engineering College, to share the opportunities in the engineering career.
Thank you, Professor Tina Maru. Please allow me to share my screen. And humble request to the team to please do intimate me if in between the network goes down and I'm not audible or maybe my screen is not visible. Because
Yes,
many
sir,
times
surely.
when we are sharing the screen, we are not aware.
Yes, sir, surely.
Please.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, good morning and good evening and welcome to this wonderful evening, all the aspirants of engineering. I hope that you have had a wonderful time and have gone through your MHCET or might be waiting anxiously for the MHCET to get over. But well, one thing which I always like to ask you people or all these aspirants is that if do you want to change the world? If yes, then the only answer is that you have to be an engineer. Okay. Let's understand basically what an engineer's career is stored with and how you can actually move ahead in your career as far as your engineering field is concerned and how you can actually mold it towards the path of success. Okay, so but then before that, let's understand that what kind of impact do you want to have on the world, like do you want to help people stay healthy, make it easier for people to connect, make sure people have enough to eat, keep the planet healthy, or help prepare for natural disasters, keep people entertained? Or, I mean, what each one of us have been actually going through the last 1.5 years or more than that, help people during the pandemic. Well, for each and every question which is there on the screen, the answer is you need to really take up engineering as a career. But before that, let's understand and let's hear from youngsters, who have actually gone through this, and let's understand what their views are. Here we have one young girl by the name of Ariel, and she wants to share as to how amazing engineering offers are. So let's hear it from Ariel herself.
There's a lot of opportunity for creativity in engineering because engineering is so broad, it's so huge. You can go anywhere with engineering. It's kind of like the world is your canvas. These buildings are my canvas, the roads are my canvas, bridges are my canvas. If you're not good at math, that's perfectly fine. A lot of my friends aren't good at math and they're engineering students as well. YouTube has gotten me through Calc 1, Calc 2, and Calculus 3. You can do this with engineering, you can do that with engineering. I had no idea that there were so many different types of engineering. I thought you were either doing buildings or something dealing with electricity. It's extremely broad. So they're just like, the possibilities are just like limitless. Like, it's like the colors of the rainbow. It's any color that you love, that's your color, that's your engineering. Do what you want to do.
So in short, engineering is limitless. The options are limitless. There's no end to it. You just think of something and engineering is there inside that. So when you talk about, when you think of engineering, what are the words do you think of? Are these the words which come in your mind? Because change the world, yes, of course. Engineers contribute to design, rewarding, innovative, imaginative, collaborative, creativity, create people, good salary, travel, making a difference, flexible. I mean, you name any word and it can be correlated to engineers. And that's what basically engineers are. It actually something which is totally within the life of any common man, and that's what engineers are. So what is engineering? If we talk about engineers, I wouldn't go by your typical definitions of engineering, but I would say that engineers are changing the world all the time. They dream up creative practical solutions and they work with other smart inspiring people to invent, design and create things that matter to whom? Matter to a common man. Okay. Engineers identify a problem and conceptualize a solution. They will try to optimize the design and the concept to minimize the cost and enhance the efficiency. That's but obvious. We all are Asian Indians, and Asian Indians, the very first thing which we look forward is SST. What is SST? Sasta, Sundar and Tikau. And that is where an engineer comes in the picture. They continuously imagine and think of new, innovative and creative ways of implementing the same solution. You give them a particular product, and engineers are never ever satisfied with whatever they come out with. And that is why you find that every time every third day a new handset or a new mobile phone is available, a new model of the same mobile phone is available in the market. That's what engineers go on doing, creative something every time new. But then basically Do you know that engineers have both passion as well as in technical expertise to make a difference in the world? If you talk about Sandra, Sandra was a very outgoing girl. And when she went to her counselor, she felt that the counselor was a bit, disoriented. She felt that Sandra should take up something related to social work, but then Sandra herself internally was wanting to become an engineer. And that's what I tell all of you, my dear friends, that if you want to become an engineer, please focus on that. Listen to all people, listen to all your well-wishers, but finally the decision should be yours. Why? Because that's what Sandra did. And when Sandra came into the engineering, she realized that how engineers make a difference and work in groups. It's not that an engineer works in an isolated place. Let's hear it from Sandra herself. Please listen carefully what she has to say.
My guidance counselor, she tried to be helpful, but she always told me to go towards a social career like social services or nursing. And I told her that I was interested in engineering field, and I asked her if she had any perspective or any insights on it. And she always told me, "Oh, Sandra, I don't think that's for you at all because you're always isolated, you'll be stuck in a building, and you don't do much interaction. I don't think that's you at all." I think she wasn't aware that engineering affects people, and I guess she didn't realize everything around her is engineered to an extent. I don't see it as a very antisocial field at all. It's more interacting. You always are talking to someone. You have to talk. You always work in the group. You never work on your own. It's because you get more things done as a group. You get more ideas, insights. It's a group involvement. The fact that you make something real is not always on paper. It's actually possible to create something.
That's what engineers actually affects the lives of people, and they work together, they work in groups, they work in a teamwork, and that's how we make the difference in the world. Engineering is more than about maths and science. My dear children, you must have been, right from your 8th standard, everybody must have told you that if you want to become an engineering, if you're an aspirant of engineering, you need to have maths and science, you need to concentrate on maths and science, maths and science, maths and science, and maths and science. But let me tell you very honestly, engineering today in this innovative world is totally a different concept altogether, because engineering is applied sciences, and in applied sciences, even though you may not be that good at maths, mind you, I'm not saying that your maths is totally not needed, but even if you're not good at maths, you can wonderfully survive in this wonderful world of engineering. Okay, it's not that if you don't know maths, you are out of engineering. No, it's not that, because there's a lot of opportunities in engineering beyond mathematics and science also. And that's what we want to understand. Let's hear it from Mike himself. Okay, let's see. Mike wishes more people knew you don't have to be amazing in maths to succeed in engineering. Please understand, again, I'm repeating, you don't have to be amazing in maths. That doesn't mean that you don't need maths. You need maths, but you don't need to be amazing in maths. Okay, to succeed in engineering. Let's hear it from Mike himself.
It would have been more encouraging if they told me, you don't have to be good at math to be an engineer, because I'm not naturally good at math. You have to make yourself good at it. You have to practice a lot. You got to study a lot. I always got annoyed when I was in class and they'd write something on the board and say, "This is how it is." And I was just sitting there thinking, why? There was not a whole lot of explanation about why things happen. And in school now, when I'm taking my coursework, there's a lot more emphasis on why things happen.
Well, this is what engineering career will come along with you. You see all around this photograph, all around this engineering candidate or a successful woman in the world. It brings a lot of money, a lot of, I would say, respect. And yes, of course, the status in the society. Okay, now what type of engineers are there? If we talk about the different fields of engineering, basically there are 4 core engineering domains, like electrical, mechanical, civil, and chemical. But then when you talk about electrical engineering, I would say that today it's most of the engineering is soft engineering. And that's where we come across electronics and computer engineering, electronics and telecommunication, information technology, computer engineering, artificial intelligence and data science, cybersecurity engineering, and of course, so on. There are a couple of few more sub branches within electrical itself. When it comes to mechanical, it covers the domain of aerospace engineering, acoustical, manufacturing, thermal, and of course, so on. Further, when you talk about chemical engineering, you have bioengineering and biochemical, ceramic and materials, process, and so on. And of course, the civil engineering, there is a lot of environmental engineering, structural engineering, transport engineering, and so on and so forth. But then do you know that fresh engineer salary is what? It's nothing between 3.5 to 20 lakhs. And yes, my dear children, there is a big myth nowadays being created by the so-called competitors that engineers don't get a job. Let me tell you very honestly, you'll be surprised that even during the pandemic, you know, the whole globe is going across an economic crisis. But I don't know to what extent you have done your research, but engineers are the only professionals who have actually been able to survive throughout this pandemic. I'm not joking. There are facts and figures, and I will actually prove it to them. You know, engineers have actually survived throughout this pandemic because anywhere and everywhere engineers were needed. To that extent, even the COVID warriors, the so-called COVID warriors, the major frontline workers who were there in the hospitals, they couldn't have dealt with the the pandemic had it not been the engineers who have supported with them the resources, the technology, and of course the domain of knowledge which the engineers have. And with the support of these engineers, it is the COVID warriors who have been actually successfully handled the pandemic. So if you really want to, make a successful career in engineering, then please follow me to your path of success. And success lies ahead. Let me take you ahead to this path. Welcome to our Shine Anchor Engineering College family, which we affectionately call it as our SAKEC family. Okay. When you talk about our SAKEC family, we offer courses like the electronics and computer engineering, which was formerly the electronic engineering, electronics and telecommunication engineering, information technology, computer engineering, artificial intelligence and data science, and of course, cybersecurity engineering. Well, I am really very happy to inform you that, these are the two emerging fields which have come up, and we are one of the, first ones to offer these courses, specifically the artificial intelligence and data science. And cybersecurity is, we are the pioneers in that. As usual, Shine Anchor family believes to be pioneers in anything and everything which comes into the market. And cybersecurity is one thing which we have taken the lead, that is that we are the only institute offering that particular course. If you want to understand what is the future of each and every course, let us understand that. If you talk about artificial intelligence and data science, this is one field where the future of any artificial and data science, intelligence and data science engineer, he or she can take up top positions like a big data engineer, business intelligence developer, data scientist, machine learning engineering, research scientist, artificial intelligence, data analyst, robotics scientist, deep learning scientist, NLP scientist, and so on. I mean, there's no end to this. You talk about cybersecurity engineering. The moment you hear this word cybersecurity, immediately the very first thing which comes in your mind is what? A hacker. Well, a hacker definitely, see, every coin has got two sides, but then to fight on that hacker, that's where our cybersecurity engineers are coming into the picture. The top positions which a cybersecurity engineer can take up is a cryptographer, forensics expert, ethical hacker, security consultant, security architect, vulnerability assessor, security administrator, and so on. Coming to the conventional computer engineering, well, of course, a computer engineer can definitely take up many positions like big data engineer, full stack developer, blockchain developer, software developer, computer network architect, computer system analyst, data administration, and so on. Whereas an information technology engineer, again, can take up any of these particular top positions which are available And we see to it that all our students have been handled, and they have been actually to we take them towards the path of success into the corporate world. We handle them, our mentors, our teachers who are mentors to their mentees, they actually handle them to the path of success as far as the corporate world is concerned. You talk about electronics and telecommunication engineering, that is actually now the talk of the town, because communication has become so very eminent, so very advanced. Without that we just cannot survive today. In the new norms also, see, today we are able to communicate to each other through this particular new norms. And what is happening is, that's where an electronic and telecommunication engineer also contributes towards this. Talk about the top positions: network engineering, VLSI design engineer, mobile operations engineer, mobile field engineering, data scientist, product design engineer, software developer, and of course so on. Now here, there is a myth in the corporate world. It's a myth in the minds of the parents, it's a myth in the mind of some of the teachers, it's a myth in some of the minds of the aspirant engineers, that electronics and telecommunication engineers cannot enter into the IT world. My dear children, please don't be under that impression. In fact, any soft engineering candidate can enter into the IT world, and that's where you see this position of software developer, which I've mentioned here specifically, and there are so many other such opportunities which an ENTC engineering graduate can actually go further. There are a lot of opportunities in the government sector also for an electronics and telecommunication engineer, like the Indian Engineering Services, Defense Services, the Indian Space Research Organization, or the ISRO, which is well known, Oil and Natural Gas Organization, or the ONGC, the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, or the VSSC, Bharat Electronic Limited, or the BEL, of course, the popular Baba Atomic Research Center, or the PRC, and the list goes on and on and on, which means that there are ample of opportunities even for an electronic and telecommunication engineering. Coming to our most popular branch, that is electronics and computer engineering. Previously or formerly we had an electronic engineering branch. Now we have actually renamed it as an electronics and computer engineering, for the simple reason that today there is no domain where which we can survive without computer engineering. So, and on the other side, when you talk about electronics, that is something the fundamental or the basis of soft engineering. So a combination or a marriage of electronic engineer and a computer engineer will actually strengthen that person to survive in any of the industries as far as the corporate world is concerned. So we talk about electronics and computer engineering, opportunities. You can be an IoT engineer, you can be a robotics engineer, a sensor design engineer, aerospace engineer, product design engineer, quality control engineer, software developer again, and so on. You talk about the government sector, opportunities in government sector, again the same opportunities are also there for an electronic and computer engineering student, like the Indian Engineering Services, Defense Services, ISRO, ONGC, VSSC, BEL, and of course BRC, and so on. Now, as far as the SACEC engineer is concerned, we don't believe that engineers will just simply try to, learn a domain. No, we believe that our engineers should be solutionists. Our engineers, SACEC engineers, are somebody who are groomed to deliver solutions. Why? Because in this world, SACEC engineers believes that there is no such problems which SACEC engineers cannot solve. And that's why we say that SACEC engineers are solutionists. And I want you people to join us. Just let us have a glimpse of what the strength of SACEC engineers are. This is a video which I want to share with you. It's a bit fast. I would request you to please go through the statistics and the strength of an engineer as far as the solutions are concerned. So let's have a glimpse of the solutionists of this world. there are so many what if questions in your mind, and the facts are that engineers have actually come out with these solutions. These are the truth in today's world. Join our family of solutionists. Well, again, we come to the same question, basically, why are you planning to take up engineering? Of course, definitely, you want to become a professional engineer. And after graduation, many of you would definitely like to enter into the corporate world. Now, whenever at this stage of your career, you're trying to think as to why do I select Cheyenne Anchor? What is it that there is a lot of there? I mean, if I start talking about what is there in Cheyenne Anchor, let me tell you very honestly, my dear friends, it will be a never-ending story. What I suggest you is browse through our website www.shahandanchor.com, and if you can sustain for 17 minutes on that website, let me tell you, you will get the answers of your career and your future. Why am I talking about this 17 minutes? Because world best research organizations, if you are aware of Gartner and McKinsey, they have actually researched on this website, and their report says that if somebody can survive more than 17 minutes on this website, definitely that person is bound to have a professional career ahead. Now let's see, do you know that SACEC engineers easily find a job after graduation? Let's understand why. Because we have a very strong concept that if your parents are investing in the fees of our campus, definitely they expect a return of investment. And when you talk about return of investment, the very first thing which comes in the mind is that you need to have placements. Not only that, it's not just that, okay, fine, sir, why do I take up a job? I would like to become an entrepreneur. Why not? We are there for you. Sir, okay, please wait. I am still not ready to enter into the corporate world after my graduation because I want to go abroad for higher studies, or I want to pursue higher studies. No problem, my dear child. We are there for you because we just don't think about after graduation. We want to push you into the corporate world. We do not think of handholding you directly into the corporate world. We understand your mindset. Our mentors sit with you. We have counselors where we sit across with the mentees and we counsel them. We understand what is their need, and accordingly we give them on a platter. Whatever you want, okay, pick it up and go ahead, my dear children. We are there with you. The training and placement cell takes care of not just placements, because to place you into the corporate world, or to give you an opportunity for higher studies, or an opportunity to push you into an internship so that you become an entrepreneur, first of all, the most important thing is we need to train you. See, sir, I am already taking my admission into Cheyenne Anchor. then why are you talking about again training? It's not that. See, when you are entering into Shine Anchor, you are definitely following a very well-defined curriculum as far as academics is concerned. But apart from that, there are a lot of other things beyond your curriculum which you need to understand, and that's where the training and placement cell comes into the picture. Not only that, apart from the training and placement cell, each and every department conducts n number of events, not just related to your academics, not just making you aware of the various technologies, but also to take you beyond that so that you learn the practical aspects of your life. So training is one of the things. Definitely we want to, give you opportunities for placements. We would handle you, we would guide you for higher studies, and of course offer you internships. Now let's have a glimpse of these four aspects only as far as today's agenda is concerned, because finally that is what is the return of investment. So when you talk about the number of training activities which are conducted, if you see in the previous years, over the period of years, we gradually understand that the needs are increasing. The students need more and more inputs because the industry tells us apart from this training, you need to also train this. So we gather all the information, and over the period of years, gradually the number of training activities conducted have increased tremendously. If you talk about, the latest 2021 batch which passed out, last year, or which is actually still in the process of, entering into the corporate world, there was not less than about 150 plus hours of training where, 60 plus industry and academia speakers were invited into the campus. And of course, 55 plus skill development sessions were conducted. There was 55 plus days totally taken to conduct these sessions, and more than 400 to 1000 students participated in this event. Sir, 2021 was not a year where the students visited the campus. Exactly, that's what my point is, my dear children, that even they were sitting at the various parts of the country, the Shine Anchor campus did not stop there. We see there was a lockdown completely into the in pan India, or in fact the globally, but we didn't stop there. We were actually continuously handholding our children even during this pandemic, and they have very successfully adopted the new norms. The teachers, the parents, the industry people, the academia, all our stakeholders actually came together, and we handled them, and we were able to conduct so many virtual training programs. Okay, just to give you a glimpse that from day 1 to day 28, there were training programs related to technical talks, quantitative aptitude tests, soft skill sessions, alumni talks, expert talks, or career guidance sessions, the TCS capsule program, aptitude test, life skill programs, you name it, and we actually had it. It was a variety of them. Now, apart from this, we also conduct a lot of mock tests, because finally, to get into any company, there are a lot of aptitude tests. Every company conducts an aptitude test. So we help our students practice for that. And even in aptitude tests, there are a lot of, the aptitude test has a lot of subsections. Like, for example, there is a section of pseudocode, quantitative, PHP, technical, logical analysis, or technical analysis, data structures, Java, or the various tools on software programming. So our mock test is actually a bundle of everything, and that's how our students get trained, and they really perform well in the actual campus placement programs. The mock test statistics, if you want to see, these are the number of students who have actually scored very well even during the mock test. So the figures themselves speak that how much efforts the teachers have taken to handle the students so that they can walk. It's a cakewalk for them into the corporate world. From day 38 to day 41, the mock test statistics, if you look into it, I mean, this is just a glimpse of students across pan India who are there at their villages or at their places, at their residences, but still virtually they attended. And we had a very good response, and in fact I'm really thankful to the students also who really did wonders. If I talk about the placement statistics across this last 5 to 6 years, I would like to highlight here in the 2019, 20 and 2020, 2021. See, the number of placements have actually increased during the pandemic, and the number of students, opting for higher studies has decreased. It's not obvious that due to Corona, definitely a lot of parents were hesitant to move across and, allow their students to go ahead to send them abroad. But yes, in the 2021 batch, which just recently passed out, we had more than 100 students who were aspiring for higher studies. And in fact, many of them have already left for their higher studies, and a few are in the process of going. If you talk about the number of companies which are hiring on campus, see, initially, if you see, the numbers have also increased because of what? Because the companies have also realized that, yeah, the Shine Anchor engineers are definitely performing well, and more companies are, ready to come into the campus and pick up our students. There's ample of opportunities. You name it, and the company is there in the campus. You talk about packages. If I talk about the minimum package offered by the companies, see, over the period of years, today I don't mind boasting that 4.68 was the minimum package for the 2021 batch. Okay. And well, the highest package offered was 12.02 lakhs per annum. If you see a summary of this, 95 companies, 365 number of eligible students, and 358 are placed, and still this is an ongoing data. That means we still have companies for the remaining few students who are left, and they are also getting opportunities. Now, a wonderful question which was asked by my own colleagues, sir, we have 400 plus students in the campus, and why only 365 became eligible? Because as I told you in the initial talk, we counsel students, and there are a lot of students who want to become entrepreneur. There are quite a few students who want to go abroad. And as I told you, 100 plus students in this batch itself wanted to go abroad for higher studies. So that is why they didn't sit for the placements. And that is why we have this number of 365. That mathematical figure, how it came into the picture. If you want to have a glimpse of a few of the major recruiters, this is just a glimpse of a few of the major recruiters which come into campus. And, we have a wonderful relationship with each one of them over the period of years. You name the big players, the small players, the middle tier players, and everyone almost we have here. I talked about, students are also going for higher studies abroad. Now, it's been almost I would say more than 15 to 20 years that our institute has adopted one policy. See, we realize that when the student wants to go abroad for higher studies, after graduation, what happens is most of them, they end up talking to a counselor outside, a private counselor. And let me tell you, my dear students, if there are parents in this particular, session, let me tell you very honestly, please do not get carried away by these so-called counselors. Why? Because these counselors have a licensing with many of these specific universities, and they will try to push your child into those universities after graduation. But in Shine Anchor, we realize that why should our students, be deprived of directly interacting with these universities? So we have a lot of MOUs signed with a lot of universities across the globe. And not only that, we have had the practice since last 15 to 20 years that we invite the representatives of these universities into the campus. And our students, our parents have an opportunity to talk one-on-one with them. So they can actually talk directly to the representative of the university, get all the information from the horse's mouth, and definitely they can get a better opportunity in any of these universities. So that's one great initiative which our team took, and I'm really proud to, and not even hesitant to boast that yes, most of our students who are gone abroad have successfully completed their post-graduation and have reached at great heights. They are actually in bigger organizations today. Our alumni are spread across the globe and having wonderful positions. As I told you in initial stages, that we have been actually conducting not just training for the making the students push into the placement, but we also give them career guidance session. We conduct a lot of sessions. So this year for the 2021 batch, this is just a glimpse of a few of the universities which our students were able to interact. Of course, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, this was on virtual. But then, yes, we had one-on-one sessions only for our students, where the students got the opportunities with these specific universities. As I told you that before the pandemic, we were actually, inviting the the representatives here in the campus, and we had a lot of them coming and interacting with our students. You can actually see the students, interacting with each one of them in the campus. There are parents across, and this is how we handle the students even for higher studies abroad. So glimpse of the top universities where our students are pursuing higher education. Actually this is just a glimpse of just a few of them, but there are many more. Moving ahead, there are a lot of opportunities, skill development programs, experiences, training sessions, internships, experiential learning, you name it, and we have it. If you talk about the internship statistics here, you may see that the graph is going up and then it has come down. No, it's not actually, it's come down. It's only thing is that this year we changed our strategy that, we are trying to, help our students to become entrepreneurs, and we have a very active e-cell also, which is, working towards it, and a wonderful research cell, which is actually pushing the students not just for internships, but actually they are handholding them to file a lot of copyrights, patents. We have an IPR cell, and all these cells are working hand in hand to groom the child so that tomorrow his intellectual property cannot be, just taken away by any Tom, Dick, and Harry. If I talk about the, the ranking of the institute, in the 2021, we just celebrated the internship day, and the ranking report of Chayanankar in the zonal rank was 32 amongst 383 participating colleges, and 140 amongst more than 1500 plus participating colleges pan India. So, I mean, these are just facts and figures, but we don't believe in just this ranks. We just go on doing, and our teachers are really dedicating themselves throughout, irrespective of whatever positions we have. Definitely, here's again another glimpse of a few of the companies or the organizations where our students are pursuing internship. If you talk about percentages of placed students, again, branch-wise, if you want to have a statistics, you can see that majority of all our students from the branches have got through the placements. And of course, this is an ongoing figure. I mean, this is just, there are a lot of other companies which are coming in and they'll pick up our students. I talked about, initial stages, that when it comes to engineering, it's basically a collaborative teamwork. I'll just share a few of the couple of projects, very prestigious projects, which, have been handled across the globe, within our India also, and where engineers have done wonders. Let's have a glimpse of it. The very fantastic Mumbai-Pune Hyperloop, which is actually almost ready. Let's have a glimpse of this, at how engineers are doing wonders. Of course, this is a project which was, started in 2018, and it's almost now on the verge of completion. We already have the expressway, but then something, we are going 2 steps beyond that now. We talk about something else. I told you that engineers, basically Sakhic engineers, look forward for solutions which are, useful for human mankind. Let's have a glimpse of one of the, projects which the engineers have actually worked on. It's called as the Human Exoskeleton, or the Freedom from Nature. And this is a collaboration with a particular organization.
I'm Rafe Needleman, the editor-in-chief of Make, and we are at Exobionics in Richmond, California. This company makes exoskeletons. The company makes devices for medical rehab for people who are learning to walk again, and it also makes industrial devices.
This is what
like
engineers actually, they
me
understand the problem and then try to give
really
solutions.
heavy angle grinder, like
and exposures to such
space in
projects makes our students,
industrial exoskeleton takes no
participate in a lot of challenging competitions across the world. I told you that engineering was one field, engineers was one field that, never had a dearth of jobs. I showed you the facts and figures. Let me give you just a simple glimpse of how engineers have actually helped our COVID warriors or the frontline workers. This is one of the very popular robots, and this is just, mind you, one of the robots. I have ample of such videos across the globe, how the robots were used across the globe during the pandemic. But just to give you one simple glimpse of a multiple, because this is one video which has clubbed multiple videos, multiple robots into the same thing. And this was actually implemented in one of the hospitals of Shenzhen. So let's understand and see how engineers help the frontline warriors fight the pandemic.
穿橙色衣服的先生，请您把口罩戴好，把口罩戴好，谢谢。
您好，我是防疫机器人安学士，目前正在进行环境消杀，请注意避让，谢谢。
您3的其中3的话，可以去发热门诊的。
我们医院呢，从1月11号收第一个患者为止，到目前已经收了400多例确诊患者。你像我们现在发热门诊护士的话，医检分诊这边就，每天是6班倒，4小时1班，所以说人力那个消耗非常大。就每一个病人来以后都要测体温呐，给他们戴口罩啊，压力非常大。那么如果是有了这个机器人的话1分钟可以辨识200个人的体温，它这个对我们医检分诊帮助是非常大。我们定期都要对发热门诊进行消毒，它这个机器有这个功能，定期可以消杀，这是挺好的。所以说这个机器智能化，对我们那个护士医检分诊呢，不要漏掉发烧的病人呢，估计作用还是挺好的。
Similarly, I told you that Sakek engineers also took that initiative and they developed a wonderful app which is actually adopted by many of the corporates, and it's on the verge of actually being adopted across the world. Only a few formalities left with the World Health Organization. Let's have a glimpse of this. It's been developed by our students during the pandemic. So many features in this. This was the launch video what was released last year, and in fact I'm just sharing with you. This is just one of the projects, live projects done by our students. In fact, there is n number of projects. There's a Pandora box. As I told you, if I start talking, the evening is going to be less for us. Okay. Let's move further. I talked about the collaborative teamwork results in this particular kite. Let's understand this. A smarter wind turbine.
I'm standing right in front of the Energy Kite from Makani. It is a division of Google X, and they are trying to create a low-cost wind energy generation system. The Makani Energy Kite is part helicopter, part wind turbine. It's launched from a ground station using its rotors like helicopter blades until it reaches a desired altitude. Once airborne, air moving across the aircraft's rotors drives a generator to produce electricity, which then travels to the ground along a flexible tether. The kite's flight path is closely tracked by a computer system, which, along with the use of GPS and other sensors, adjust the craft's path to take advantage of the strongest and most consistent winds. Behind all this advanced technology lies a simple idea: harnessing greater wind
This is
power
innovation.
while
What
using less
engineers bring
materials
to
at lower
government
cost.
day-to-day life.
But how do you do this?
Energy,
First,
simple,
the kite's
smart,
tether allows it to
wind.
reach higher altitudes with.
I mean, I told you this. I mean, there's no end to it. Okay, but I would definitely like you to know that why does an engineer always feels proud to be an engineer? Okay, so there was this. This is a very wonderful quote, and definitely I am that sure that this has been actually doing rounds in a lot of social media, WhatsApp groups, and all that. But when somebody asked an engineer why you feel proud of being an engineer, he smiled and he told that a lawyer's income increases with increase in crime and litigation, whereas a doctor's income increases with increase in disease and illness. Now, is that something to be proud of? But an engineer's income increases with what? It increases with the increase in prosperity of people and of course the nation. And that's why we engineers feel proud to be an engineer. So wishing you all the best, my dear engineering aspirants, for all your future endeavors, and looking forward to welcome you in our Sakek family as soon as possible. Thank you so much for a wonderful audience, and I hope that we will be soon welcoming you in our campus. All the best and God bless. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam Tina Maru.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a deep discussion. They would have got a lot of different pointers from your presentation. It was really wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. I now invite Professor Prashant Khedkar, Center Coordinator, and Mr. Bhushan Jadhav, Admission Coordinator at Shahanankar Kutchi Engineering College, for queries on admission process. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Tina Madam. Thank you, Kotak sir, our principal sir, also for giving wonderful guidance to our dear students. Am I audible, na, madam?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Tina Madam?
Yes, audible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, dear parents and students. We are ready and eager to welcome you all at our Shahanankar Kutchi Engineering College and the family of the colleges. Now, I will be sharing you the presentation basically, which will guide you throughout the admission process, and it will also cover the document required for the admission process for various categories. And at the end of this presentation, I am having the already set question and answer. Answer also the presentation is there, so most of the doubts will be cleared in that only. And if any doubts are there still remaining, then you can ask us at the end. So I'll be sharing the presentation with you. So I think my screen is visible, no, ma'am?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, so we'll start with the admission process in general, and as well as at Shahanankar Kutchi Engineering College. So at the beginning, the Director of Technical Education, Maharashtra State, issued the admission notification. Now this admission guideline is for all the courses, that is for FE also, for direct second year also, and engineering also. So this webinar is helpful, and admission process is helpful to all the three courses which are there, types of the courses which are there in our college. That is the FE admission, direct secondary engineering admission, as well as the ME admission, the postgraduate admission also. Procedure is same only for all. So Director of Technical Education issues the admission notification, and it is issued on the website www.mahacet.org, and here the complete admission schedule will be displayed. Now notification will also be given on our college WhatsApp group, which we have formed for your convenience. Same notification will give you. Now, when this notification will come, it comes usually just before or after the declaration of CET results. Now, CET exam, I think it will be concluded soon, and just before the result, they will give this notification. Now, once this notification is issued to you, we'll also put it on our WhatsApp group for your convenience. Now, first step, or where exactly the admission will start, is the document verification and confirmation. Now your documents which you are having it, they will be verified and the confirmation will be given at the facilitation center. So in the last year, we are having the online mode, this document verification and confirmation. So you did not have to visit to college. Totally online mode verification and confirmation will be given for the documents. And this year also mostly same procedure will be followed. So online verification will be done for all the documents. Now students have to fill the online registration form. So this will have basically your personal details such as your name, your address, your mobile number. You have to upload your photo, etc. Then you have to fill your qualification details such as the SSC mark sheet, HSC mark sheet, CET, JEE, etc. Then the category which you are belonging. So category details are to be also filled such as open category, SC category, ST category, OBC category, etc. So all these category details also you have to enter to which you are belonging. Now, since our college is actually minority college, so along with this, minority details are also to be filled. Otherwise, also in the admission process form. But our college actually is a minority, is a Gujarati Jain minority. So you have to fill accordingly. So you can write if you are belonging to this minority, you can mention it as Gujarati Jain minority. Now, all should note that these details once filled, not only for minority details but other details also, and confirmed. And once merit list is displayed, then these details will not get changed. So initially itself, you have to fill it properly. We'll verify also, and then they will not get changed. Now, all details which you are filling should be supported by uploading of your original. That is the scanned copy of your original. So you have to upload the all originals, whichever claims you are making. Now, software will automatically demand for corresponding documents which require, and you don't have to worry in this regard. Which document require it, that you don't have to worry. Software only will automatically demand for the corresponding document, and that document you have to upload in the original form. Now here, once I am telling you here, just now only I will make clarification that regarding the category details which you have to upload it, such as open category, SC category, OBC category, or economically weak section, EWS category, or PH category. Now for this, the appropriate documents are required, and these documents government will display it on their website what is exactly needed. But I can also tell you that for all these categories, SC, ST, OBC, or SBC category, you require a certificate issued by the Maharashtra government stating that you are belonging to this particular category. And these all types of the reservations, they are reservations. They are for the candidates who are not belonging to Maharashtra state, no reservation will be available, and they have to apply strictly only in the open category only. Now, along with this, for SC, ST, OBC category, the caste validity certificate is also demanded by Maharashtra government authorities. So many students have many times doubt that it is required. It is required, but sometimes government will permit the receipt of that. We don't know for this year what they are going to decide, but ultimately you have to reproduce it only. This receipt is on a temporary basis only, but ultimately you have to reproduce the caste validity certificate also. So here, just now time is there, so you can get the validity certificate from government authorities, because ultimately you have to get it. There is no escape route for it. Only receipt is for temporary purpose. Now, along with this, except SC and ST minority, except SC and ST categories, other categories have to reproduce the non-creamy layer certificate also. For all other categories except SC and ST, non-creamy layer is also mandatory, which you have to produce it, and the validity of that should be till March 2022 minimum, means till this academic year, ending of the academic year or starting of the next year, till March 22 minimum. So the non-creamy layer certificate is absolutely essential for all the categories except SC and ST category. Now for economically weak section category, which Maharashtra government offers the some of the seats, for that also in prescribed form only you have to get that certificate. This prescribed form Maharashtra government or state CET cell will give in the information brochure. In that form only, in that way only, you have to bring that certificate. Then only it will be applicable. If you do not belong to any of these categories or you do not have the documents, then ultimately system itself will convert it to the open category. So you have to take care that all documents are ready. Still time is there. You can get those documents if you are belonging to these particular categories. Now for minority categories, you remember that our college is actually Gujarati Jain minority, and Otherwise, also you can fill the minority category while filling the application form. Any other minority category also you can form. Also, we can mention it in the form itself. But minority will not get changed later on once you mention it, because that will not get changed later. Now, all the details, once you fill it, you have to submit and upload the originals and submit it to the FC Facility Center online mode only. Don't have to come to the college. Your documents will come to the Facility Center, which we are also having it. Many other colleges are also having it. We'll verify it, and confirmation will be given to you. If anything is missing, that also will be clearly written, so that you have to upload it within the time limits. Suppose one document is not proper, then we'll mention this document is not proper. So you can upload it immediately within the time limits. Once again, confirmation will be given to you. Now, application form fees. Usually for Maharashtra State student, those who appeared for MSCT exam, there will not be any form fees. But for other students, the application form fees will be there, and it will be automatically demanded based on the details which you are entering. So the moment you enter that you are not appeared for MSCT exam, it will ask for the form fees. Now, this form fees is not much. It is actually till last year, I think it is a 600 or 800 for reservation and open category students. So it is not much, but you have to pay it online only. So in that college or facility center has no role. You have to pay it online mode only. Now submit completed application form within the time limits and specified in the schedule. Every moment whenever you submit application form, you will get acknowledgement. When you resubmit the form to the FC, you will get acknowledgement and your confirmation is made. Then also you will get the acknowledgement in your own login, so that you don't have to worry. Now your application form will be submitted to FC by the system itself. So usually Maharashtra government MSCT cell has this system software, so that will submit the form to the appropriate facilitation center. So you don't have to worry for it. You just submit it to FC. Now all details entered by you are verified by the facilitation center or FC center staff members with originals you have uploaded. Now at the same time, you have to also take care that you have to enter the details properly, marks, etc. Checking will be done by the staff members, but this does not mean that you should also enter it properly only. From your end also it should be proper. So checking is the second step. First step, you should not make mistake. Second step also will correct it. But anyway, you should not make mistake in the first step itself. Now, in case all the details entered are correct by you, then online confirmation will be sent to you by the facilitation center. Now, in case of any discrepancy, it will be also intimated to you online mode only, and it has to be rectified and submitted once again within the time limits to the facilitation center in online mode. You will get confirmation for that also once all the details are verified on correct. So this completes the first step of the admission. Now then the merit list will be displayed on the website. So if you found any discrepancy, you have to check your merit list, your merit number, and all the documents with important marks, etc., which are displayed. And if you found any discrepancy, you can correct it during the grievance period. So usually 2-3 days grievance period will be there. In that you have to correct this at the facility center using online mode only. You correct it and submit it to facility center. Once again, confirmation will be given whatever grievance you are raised. But remember that you have to check this merit list properly, and you should not claim later on that we are not checked it. Then in that case, nothing can be done. So this is the another last opportunity given to you that you can correct your details, and then they can be also corrected during the grievance period. Now, once grievance period is also over, final merit list will be displayed, and then you have to fill up the college option form in the online mode only. Now, this college option form will have a number of options basically. So usually in the last year, 2 rounds were only conducted. This year also most probably 2 rounds only will be conducted because there is a delay in the admission process. But prior to last year, 3 rounds were there. So exact notification will be coming soon, but we can consider for the time being that only 2 rounds will be held. So in the 2 rounds, you have to fill up the option form. Now in option form, usually 300 options they will give related to different branches, different colleges throughout the Maharashtra state. Now that software is a powerful software, so you can select within the Mumbai University if you want to select the college, outside the Mumbai University you want to select the college, within particular branch you have to select the college. So all this flexibility is there in the software. It's a wonderful software. You can change it also before you submit it. So you give the preference choice of your choice, Now you can give our college preference as a first choice, for example, and then other choices also you can give. Within our college choice also, you can give particular branch as a first choice, particular branch of your as a second choice, then particular branch of yours is a third choice, and so on. So within our college itself, since there are 6 branches are there, 6 choices you can fill for our college also, and then other college also you can give in the same fashion. Then before finalizing it, you can change it also. There is no problem with that. At the end, once you finalize it, you have to enter your password. That step also software will ask that when you want to confirm it. Now later on you are not going to change it. When you are saying yes, then only it will get confirmed. You have to enter your own password for this purpose. So you have to remember your password. You write down anywhere that your password, this is the password, so that you have to reproduce. You will require it throughout the admission process. Now remember, college allocation will be done strictly on the basis of merit only for all the categories as well as for the minority seats. So many students have, many times we are having the experience, they feel that a student is having less marks, but his college allocation is done to him. It is not like that way. All the seat allocation throughout for all the courses, all the branches, all the categories is strictly done on the basis of merit only. So there is no chance, it is done by software only, so there is no chance of any manipulation, etc. So that thoughts do not come, try to bring it in your mind also, it is not possible. Now in case, last year we are having additional step of ARC center. So that's why we have mentioned it over here prior to college reporting, but now last year also it was not there. So this year also it may not be there. So currently don't have to worry regarding this. So it was an additional step. But then once your merit list number will come, then you have to see that freeze and float options will be there. So first choice will be automatically freeze only because whichever choice you want, that you got it. So there is no need to change it also. But other choices are there, then you can use the float option so that you can go to the second round ultimately. Now whenever you are filling the form, always remember that your dream choice should be your first. Your dream choice should be your second choice. Then comes third and then comes fourth. Don't worry about what other students are filling. Don't worry about what is your merit list number. For example, suppose my dream choice is to get admission, say in we can say Visatia college. Then I should fill Visatia as a first choice. If my choice is to fill Shining College as the first, then I should fill Shining College as the first choice. I don't have to worry that what other students' marks are there, what is the other students' rank, etc. Then your second choice, then third choice. Automatically, system only will run the program, and then the choice allocation will be done on the basis of merit. That is very clear. So it is nothing you have to worry. As per the merit list only allocation will be done, and you can. But while filling option form, always you should feel your dream choice as the first one, your dream choice as the second one. Don't think that other students have how many marks are there, what was the cutoff. That is just guideline. Ultimately, you have to fill by your own choice. But your best choice should be first. Then here comes your second best choice, and so on. Now you'll be reporting to college once your seat allocation will be done. Now paying full fees as specified from time to time. So college, once allocation is done, our college also display the fees for various categories on the college website. Now this fees has to be paid in the demand draft only. So no cash college will accept, only demand draft form only you have to pay the fees. Now this demand draft can be of a nationalized bank, private bank, or any other cooperative bank also. But in that case, you have to take care that you are bringing the demand draft from a good cooperative bank. Then the college will accept all the demand drafts for full fees. And when there also, your documents will be checked, all originals will be checked, and then you will be admitted, and then the academic session will be start. Now one more thing I will tell you, that once you submit the originals, later on college has to send the originals to verification for the various authorities. So they will be returned to you after 1 year, probably 1 or 2 years. So you should keep sufficient Xerox copies with you before submitting your originals to the college. A good custody of your originals will be kept in the college, so you don't have to worry regarding it, but you take the Xerox copies of it, because the procedure is such that it will take 1 or 2 years, and then only you'll get your originals. College will give receipt to you also that we have received these originals, and that receipt also will be there. So wherever you want that receipt, you can reproduce it. Then the academic session will start immediately. Now then, of course, we are ready and happy to welcoming you at Shining College College. So then the second round will be there. If first round you are not getting any seat or you want best choice, then second round will be there, and then the same procedure will be followed, and the academic session will start. Academic session will start as soon as first round will be over, and this notification when the academic session will start will be as per the Director of Technical Education. They will notify it. We'll also notify you on our WhatsApp group for your convenience. Now, in case of seats remaining after the cap rounds, now this also many students have the doubt that about the institute seats. What is the after the cap rounds are over? Now, then the seats are filled at the college level, but once again on the basis of merit only. But remember that all the fees concession, whatever government is giving for various categories, that will be applicable to students admitting only in the cap round only. After the cap round is over, then the student has to pay the full fees and no concession will be applicable as per the government notifications till last year. So this year also probably the same thing will be continued. So all the fees concession so far is concerned, it will be there only for cap rounds. For non-cap round, no fee concession will be there, and they have to pay the fees of open category only. Now for minority students also the fees will be same as the open category only. So fees will be it may be less for remaining categories, but reservation categories of SC, ST, OBC, then EWS, etc. as specified by Maharashtra government, and college has no role to play in that particular case. But minority students will be treated usually as open category students only, and they have to, regarding fees, they have to pay full fees. Now, in case of seats remaining vacant after the cap rounds, they are filled at a college level. Now, for this, in our college, we will give notification on the college website. So I request all of you to visit the college website regularly, and in the admission tab, notification will be given that will give advertisement that we are inviting the application. Now, all the details are displayed on the college website from time to time. Then you can fill the online application form for the seats remaining vacant after the cap rounds or any vacant seats, if any. Now, for the institute, some colleges have the institute quota or minority quota, but for as far as our college was concerned, we are not having an institute quota as such. We are surrendering seats to the state CET cell, but state seats remain vacant. Still, the seat remain vacant. Usually, that is our experience. Till last year, that some seats remain vacant after the cap round also, which we fill it at our institute level. But that is filled as per the strictly on the basis of merit only. And that this merit list will be also displayed. Your application forms are also invited, time period also given, but all those details are given on college website for regular purpose. So I request all of you to visit the college website for this purpose. Even we'll give these details on our WhatsApp group of college for the admission. Now this procedure, let me tell you, it is common for first year, for second year, as well as for the ME admission. Procedure is same only for all, only the eligibility will be different. Eligibility, where the difference will come for the first year. Now, first year eligibility means FE admissions, we say non-zero CET or JEE score also you are having it. Then 45% marks are there in requirement in physics, maths together. And third subject will be biology or computer science, electronics, mechanical, IT, maintenance, mechanical maintenance, IT, etc. So together physics and maths compulsory, but other subjects, chemistry, or biology, then electronics, etc. Together it should come to 45 marks, 45% marks, and non-zero CET score or JEE score. This is the eligibility for all the students. If you are having less than 45% marks in the open category, you will not be eligible for admission. Now remember, admission means not only for cap round, for institute round also, or seats remaining vacant after the admission also. Eligibility is the same for all, every round, every type of admission, not only in our college, in all the colleges throughout the state. Now, in case of only reservation category students, if they have valid documents, then the 45% marks is eligibility. This is as per the government rules. So whatever government rule will be there. So usually till last year it was 40%, and usually it is like this only. So as per the government rules, this 5% concession is there in the PCM or PCB marks, but it is as per the government rules only for the reservation category students. But remember that minority students are treated in open category in this regards. They are treated in open category only for fees also, for this eligibility requirement also. Direct second year. Now eligibility requirement is 45% for final year diploma students and 45% for reservation category with valid documents. You should have valid documents for this particular claim. Now for ME, actually it is a non-zero gate score or sponsorship letter, but 2 years experience is required after the graduation. That is a compulsory. After the graduation, 2 years experience is required. That certificate is called a sponsorship certificate issued by the companies. Otherwise, you should have non-zero gate score. Then you do not require this experience certificate. And 50% marks at the BE. Now, if you are appeared and your result is awaited, I think this year results are declared most of the institutes, but if it is awaited, then you have to give undertaking that you will get this 50% marks. Otherwise, your admission will be cancelled if you are not having this 50% marks. So this is the eligibility for Master of Engineering course or ME course, which also our college is running. Now I will, after this, I will come to the commonly asked questions and answers related to the admission process. So that will also clear any doubts regarding you. Now, what are the details of our institute? Institute is run by Mahavir Education Trust, established in 1983. It is a non-aided, that is a self-financed Gujarati Jain minority institute. Now, what is the DT code? EN3148. Now, does Shine Anchor Kutch Engineering College has facility center? Yes, it is an online mode. It is there, and we provide all assistance provided to the aspiring students. Now, does Shine Anchor Kutch Engineering College has an ARC center? Actually, it was not there last year also. Nowhere it was there. So you don't have to worry for this. It was there for last year. Now, what is the difference between the FC and ARC center? That is also because I will tell you that usually verification and confirmation was done at FC. Now, this verification and confirmation is compulsory for all the students, not only for cap round, but for the institute quota or seats remaining vacant after the cap round. Every time it is compulsory only. Now, at ARC previously it was there. Once again, they are doing this process to confirm it. But now last year it was not there. Is college a minority college? Yes, our college is minority college, belongs to Gujarati Jain minority. So your concerned student should mention this minority only if they want to get claim in our college. Now, what is the percentage of distribution of sanctioned seats? Now, usually 51% seats are reserved for minority students and remaining seats are open to all. So in our college, as far as our college is concerned, 51% seats are reserved for the minority students and remaining seats are open to all the students based on merit, both places, in case of minority also, in case of open case students also. Now, where exactly our college is located? It is near to the Govandi railway station of Harbour Railway. That is the nearest one, 1 kilometer from the college. One can easily come by auto with minimum fare of walking or by walking also. It takes 15 minutes from the Govandi railway station to walk. So by railway mode, it is a very suitable mode of transport. Now, of course, currently there are restrictions, but it will be lifted soon. And your span is 4 years. So taking into consideration, selecting the college near to the railway station is very important because that will reduce your traveling time, reduce your traveling cost. So in that respect, our college is having definitely a benefit. You will get student concession, but that will be as per the railway rules, and college will give it immediately. That is also, we are adopting the online student concession facility also. So this will simplify that process also. So this is definitely an advantage. Remember, having your college or your working place near to the railway station is an advantage that will save the cost and time also, because railway is the fastest mode of communication, at least in this particular city. So one can also come if you desire by bus, and Devnar bus stop and RK Studios are nearer to the college, about 300 meters. So many best buses numbers are written. They apply on these routes. Now, bus concession, if BST is offering, college will also give. There is no problem for it. All the railway concession, bus concessions will be as per the government rules, and if they provide a call for the college will definitely give to the students. Now, from where college candidate can get more information, college website is there. You can visit our college website. All the information is available over there related to this, related to staff members, related to departments, all these things. Now, telephone number is also there, which we have provided. Now, what is timing of the college? So it is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on working days. Sundays and second and fourth Saturdays are usually non-working days. So this is a timing for the college. Now, currently, because of the pandemic, actually, 100% staffs are not coming to the college. So currently we are running with 50% staff members. They are visiting to college every day. But from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. still you can find the staff members in the college now also. And if government will permit, we will open for 100% staff also. So there is no problem for it. You can visit the college. There is absolutely no problem. We follow all the COVID guidelines also, and a lot of care is taken for the visitors coming to the college. Now, during admission, institute will open on Saturday and Sunday. Is it opening? Yes, it is opening. Usually it is open for Saturday and Sunday. But except national holiday, if it is there, that is, for example, 15th August, then on that day, it will not be usually open, except national holiday. So it will open on Saturday and Sunday also. So if candidate belongs to this category, then a fee concession will be given by the institute. Yes, college will give fee concession as per the rules of the Maharashtra government, and DT will follow in this regard, but they should have the proper documents specified by the government in this regard. So if documents are not there, then in that case, full fees is to be paid. Now, which is the station nearby? Govandi of the Harbour Line is the nearest station. Chempur railway station is also nearby, but it is approximately 3 kilometers from the college. Govandi is only 1 kilometer from the college. Now, nearest bus stop also, I told you, Deonar Depot, RK Studio, Pepsi Company, all these, and Shatabdi Hospital also is a major landmark. Now, can non-minority candidate apply for the institute or the vacancies after the cap? Yes, they will be admitted under the open category against the cap vacancies. So other than minority students, there are remaining 49% seats for them only, and they can apply and they will get admitted in open category from government quota also, and against cap vacancies also they are open to all. Against cap vacancies are open to all on the basis of merit, they can be also admitted. Now, what is the accreditation status of branches of institute? Many students are worried about this also, and it is quite natural only. So computer and information technology branches are accredited till June 2022. Electronics engineering branch was earlier accredited twice, 2005, 2014. Institute is having ISO 9001, 2015 certification from RINA, and college is also applied for the NAC accreditation, and that visit is also conducted very soon, and that accreditation also we hope that we are getting it. So that will be adding the another feather in our college. So accreditation status, NBA accreditation is there for the two branches till June 2022. ISO certification is also done every year from the RINA. NAC accreditation also will be getting soon. We have applied it, and it is a visit is only awaited. How much is the sanction intake for different branches of the institute? So computing 180, electronics and computer science 120. Earlier it was known as electronics, 120 intake. IT branch 120, electronics and telecommunications 60, artificial intelligence and data science 60, cybersecurity 60. Now for ME also, till last year we are having computing 18. This year we are having 9. Electronics and IT also 9 seats are there. So for PG course, post-graduation course. Now for DSC, actually for direct second year students, they also think that how many seats are vacant, whether we get or not, what is sanction intake. So minimum 10% of the sanction intake is there for all the branches, electronics and computer science branch, computer, IT and EXTC. So the electronics branch, it was in last year for direct second year, but currently we are having electronics and computer science. So for electronics and computer science, it will be there. So 10% means for 180 intake, it will be 18, 18. And apart from it, if seats remain vacant, then that also will be filled. So does institute is having a management quota? No, we do not have this type of quota or institute quota. All the seats are surrendered to the cap for the admission. Only seats remaining vacant after the cap rounds will fill it. Now when the admissions of the institute quota will start, so seats, if any, remaining vacant after the cap admissions are filled at the institute level, strictly on the basis of merit. Online applications are invited for such seats, for which advertisement is given in all the local newspapers also, and website also it will be there. Our group also will give it. So online form you have to fill and submit it. If you wish, you can come to the college and submit the offline form also. Now, does the institute having a hostel facility? So currently we do not have hostel facility, but our college alumni students or senior students, they help freshers to get accommodation nearby. Now, is it possible to change the branch after the admission is confirmed? So in case of vacancies created after the cap rounds, then there may be possibility, but it is not every time possible. So it will depend upon the latest rules laid down by the DT in this regard. So after the admission is confirmed, the branch changing will be difficult, and if government permits, then it will be eligible. Now, after the first year branch change is possible. Next question is, yes, it is possible, but that is also government rules will follow for this regards. And in that case, usually they will state about having merit for this purpose, and therefore you should have very good marks in the first year. Now, how much is the admission fee for the 2021? So how the fees is to be paid for in the form of demand draft only, so no cash will accept it. Now, details of the fees are also, college is not fixing it, it is fixed by the fee regulating authority, FRA, and that will be displayed on the website once it is finalized, and we will display it on our group also, and that the demand draft we have to bring it. Apart from it, no fees is accepted in cash. Now, last year cutoff also will display it on the website also, as well as our group also from time to time. But it is just guideline as such, and it will not help much. Now, what is the meaning of admission against vacancies? I told you that cancellations will occur then those are called as a admission against vacancies. How admissions are given for available vacancies? So they are filled at the institute level, but merit only. You have to fill up the form. We will notify it on the website as well as on our group. Now, where they can check admission notification, college notice board and website also will give, college website. Our group also will give. Now, how the institute will inform about admission against vacancy? Once the application, online application forms are filled, will give, vacancy will exist. We will do the advertisements immediately, and then you will come to know about it. Now, when form can be filled about admission vacancy, that after the advertisement appearing in the newspaper or on the website also nowadays. Now, admission against vacancy forms will be online or offline. So usually it is online, but if you wish, you can visit to the college and submit the offline also, only for this vacancy form. How the candidate can pay fee for admission against vacancy form? Only online mode. Fees only online mode, no cash. When direct second admission will start, now direct second students are also worrying. So this will start as soon as the diploma results will be declared. I think they are declared, but notification will be given by the DT, then only it will start. So this is all about our presentation for the admission process, and I hope that most of the doubts are clear. So if any doubt is remaining, then those doubts, of course, we are welcome and we'll try to answer those questions. Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, thank you, Kirkar sir. I will request participants I will request participants to raise the hand if they want to ask the question. Please raise your hand if you want to ask any question. So I will unmute you. Okay. Sir, some questions were asked in a message box.
Yes,
I have
sir,
already answered those questions in a message box. Okay, but still, if anybody want to ask the same question, it will be better for them also to know about the answer. So, Amit want to ask what type of minority certificate is required.
Yes, sir. Actually, I will tell you. Usually, minority certificate, as per the government rules, they are providing one pro forma for this purpose, and it's just normal on normal paper. You have to write that we are belonging to this category, and on the basis of that, government will allocate the seat to you. But once you claim that you are belonging to this, for example, Gujarati minority, then later on you cannot change your minority because it is the permanent one. So this pro forma government only will provide in the information brochure, but it is this type of only that we are belonging to this category as per our best of knowledge. And in normal paper only they are asking us to submit it. And then later on if government will give some guidelines, then only it can be taken on the affidavit. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Am
sir.
I audible?
Yes, sir.
I just a little information about the minority candidates. There is a declaration of candidate for respect to whatever it is, linguistic or religious minority community, or maybe living certificate having information pertaining to religion or mother tongue. There is a mentioning information about your whatever is your minority, mentioning in living certificate also. Or maybe we required domicile certificate of candidate, or we have self-declaration that is called as a pro forma O, as per DT information brochure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. The next question is from the Kirti. You want to ask what is the difference between the all India seats and the open home seats?
All India seats belongs to JEE candidates. So those who are given the JEE candidates, that belongs to All India candidates. There are 3% seats are available for intake. That means we have 180 intake of computer engineering. So 10 seats are belongs to All India candidates. And other seats are belongs to MSCET candidates.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, other seats are also divided into different reservation, like a home university. Every candidate belongs to the one particular home university. If the student clear 12th from the Chembur, his home university will be Mumbai University, according to that. Okay, G for general, open, like that. So next question is, sir, from Sushma. She want to ask, if she don't have the validity, then what will happen? Yes, so
actually.
Hello. Bhushan sir, can you switch on the camera? Bhushan sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Till that you can answer, Prashant sir.
Yes, sir. Actually, as per the government rules, minor means this caste validity certificate is a essential thing. And if government permits initially that they are going to give the admission on the basis of that receipt, then only it will be accepted. But ultimately, you have to reproduce it only, and therefore, I request all of you that still there is a time, so you try to get it. That is only the best possible way to for this particular problem. This is only receipt is only for the temporary purpose. That too, if government will permit. So you try to get that ultimate or final validity certificate for your claim.
Sir, just give information all the candidates, those who are belong to whatever it is reservation. At the time of you apply whenever you register the registration of admission, engineering admission, if you have a receipt, they will accept. But at the time of admission, they must have required the validity certificate. So receipt not allowed.
Yes, yes, receipt is not allowed basically. So you try to get it. That is only the best thing.
Sir, so many questions are there in chat box. The next question is, caste validity certificate of one family member is available, then also for student is required?
No, sir. Caste, those who are backward class candidate belong to SC, ST, they must, ST, ST or VJNT, whatever it is, they must have required caste certificates, caste validity, or those who are belongs to candidate for VJNT, SC, OBC, SBC, SCBC, they must have caste certificate, caste validity certificate, non-premier certificate valid up to 31st March 2022, or income certificate stating that candidate parents' annual income is less than 8 lakh from all the sources issued by the appropriate competent authority of Maharashtra state.
So you want to say that the caste validity of the candidate is required. If the caste validity of any family member is available, that will not work. The candidate should have caste validity. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You should have.
Yeah. If the caste validity is not available or will not be produced during the admission, whether the admission will be cancelled?
Yes, sir. If you don't have a caste certificate, automatically you have been open candidate and your seats are cancelled as per online system.
Okay. So while reporting to the college, if the candidate is not able to produce validity, whether the admission will be cancelled? Yes or no? Just.
Sir.
Prashant sir.
Yes. That's why only we are telling that you try to get validity. There is a time is there, so you try to get validity certificate. Don't think about not getting it. You think of getting it only, because still there is sufficient time for that purpose. Receipt is just for temporary only. Only receipt is always temporary purpose only. It is not a permanent solution.
So while reporting to the college, you need to produce the validity, otherwise your admission will be cancelled. Okay.
Yes.
The next question is from the Yashma for minor.
At the time of admission must be.
Okay, can I read the next question?
Yes,
for minority Gujarati, only Jain caste or any caste in Gujarati will be accepted for minority. I will repeat, for minority Gujarati, only Jain caste or any caste in Gujarati will be accepted for minority.
See, as far as our college is concerned, the minority is Gujarati Jain minority. So if you write Gujarati Jain minority, then government only system will allocate our college for this type of minority. If you write purely Gujarati minority, then if government decides that pure Gujarati seats later on they may allocate to our college, but it is their decision. As far as our college is concerned, college is belonging to Gujarati Jain minority only.
Yeah. The next question is, will EWS candidate get benefits of fees and seat reservation? Yes, Prashant sir.
Actually, as far as seat reservation is concerned, the EWS seats are over and above sanctioned seats. So if in the particular college those seats are there, then only they will get this EWS quota. It is of over and above the college admissions. As far as our college is concerned, EWS quota was not there till last year. For minority colleges, EWS quota is not there. But for other colleges, EWS quota will be there 10% over and above. So in that case, fee concession will be there, but you have to reproduce the certificate in prescribed government form only. In that case also, and that claim has to be made during the confirmation of the facilitations at facilitation center only. Confirmation of documents at the facilitation center only. There only you have to make that claim and get it confirmed. Your confirmed acknowledgement should be mentioned this particular thing. Then only it will be applicable. Later on, it cannot get.
Okay, so I think the Ganesh sir question is clear. I'll go to the next question. Is it necessary to have non-creamy certificate for the open caste or domicile?
No.
Will also work.
For open category, no, non-creamy is not required for open category. It is all the reservation categories except SC and ST category.
Okay, for open category, not required.
But sir, those who are open category, but what they want to EBC scholarship, at that, they must require domicile certificate.
Okay, if the candidate want to apply for the EBC, then he must have the domicile certificate, but the caste certificate and other things are not required.
No, sir.
We already answered this. Is domicile certificate compulsory for everyone? Again, any Prashant sir or the Bhushan sir, you want to clear? Is the domicile certificate is compulsory for everyone?
It is not compulsory for everyone.
Let Prashant sir answer this. Prashant sir.
Okay, it is not compulsory for everyone, but if you are having it, then many times it will be an advantage, and for getting various claims, it will be an added advantage. So in that case, you should have domicile certificate. So you try to get it only. That is only best option. Best thing is that, because many times you are not sure that you are going to claim or not. So you get it. Still time is there, but it is not required for many types of admissions.
Yeah, the Abhiram want to ask what documents need to upload during the admission online.
Actually, when you fill up your personal detail form and the qualification forms, then only system will itself will ask for those documents. So you don't have to worry regarding it. If you claim that I belong into this category, system will automatically ask upload this document for this. Whatever claim you make in that support of that document, system will ask that document you can upload. Don't have to worry for it.
The next question by the Monica: will SBC category student get fee concession in SAKC?
Yes.
Yes.
SBC category also get benefit of all fees concession as
in
per
our college
government.
also.
As per government.
This is out of the way question. Has the classes of second year students started? If yes, then how will the students of the direct second year cope up? It's an academic question that I will request Prashant sir to answer this.
Yes. Actually, usually what happens, the classes have started, that is very true. But in our college, because of the government side only, admissions are delayed. But anyway, once the admissions are done for the direct second year, after receiving the notification, curriculum will be conducted for them, specially for all the direct second year students, and the teaching will be done for them just like regular students. So they don't have to worry about the missed part of the curriculum because of the delayed in admission. This delayed admission will be there, but later on we cope up with the regular students. We conduct extra lectures for this purpose, and the syllabus will be completed. So don't worry for that.
There is another question: will non-creamy certificate work out if validity certificate for the certain reserve group is not available?
No. Non-creamy is a different document, and validity certificate is a different document. Non-creamy is regarding the input. Both are required. They are different things.
Yeah.
They are not substitutes.
Don't club both the things.
They are different.
They are different, sir.
They are different.
Does the second year admission will start with the normal first year admission?
So notification will come. Sometimes last year it was started almost parallelly only. So notification will come from government, and then this procedure will start. So it may start with first year.
Next question is JEE score is considered for admission in SAKC?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, it is no problem.
So you can get the admission in SAKC on the basis of the MSCT or JEE. In every college, JEE ka quota is there. Through that quota, you will get the admission. What are the documents required to be uploaded online for open category?
So usually the documents, whenever you fill up the form, then only it will ask for the documents. But still, as a rough guideline, I can tell you for open category, the eligibility will be your 12th mark sheet will be required, SSC mark sheet will be required, then the nationality certificate will be required, or your link certificate stating the nationality Indian will be required, 10th, 12th mark sheets, then the CET or JEE scorecard will be required, and along with that, your nationality. So minimum these documents are required. These are required for all actually, and for open category also. Minimum documents are these only, so they are required.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is the fee for the vacancy after cap round equivalent to the open category fee only?
Yes, yes, it is equivalent to open category.
Yes, sir. Open category fee.
Yeah. Dear participant, I have posted the link, feedback link. If you want to leave before leaving the meeting, please submit the feedback by using the link provided in the chat box. Okay. Okay, sir. The next one is, in my town, they are telling that the minority certificate for my caste, that is Gujarati Jain, is not available. Then what certificate I go through?
As a minority, whatever you have minority, you get the certificate of your Samaj Dakhla from Samaj.
Otherwise, the performer will also work, sir?
Yeah, performer will also be.
Sir, if you are not getting the minority certificate, you need to just give the undertaking. One form you need to fill. There is a standard format. You need to just sign that you belong to that minority. That's it. Whether 10 marks card and birth certificate is equivalent to be uploaded. Whether 10th mark sheet and birth certificate is required to be uploaded. Yes, both are required. What is the attendance criteria? Prashant, sir.
75%. As per we follow the Mumbai University guidelines, and as per the Mumbai University guidelines, 75% attendance is mandatory for all the students.
So many times the same question is repeated for the second year and the academic. Don't worry. So there will be a special calendar for the direct second year student, and that calendar will be followed by all the colleges. There will be the special classes for this direct second year to cope up, or maybe the second year exam may be delayed. Okay, so you need to wait for the notification for the direct second year. Okay, we'll just follow that one. Sir, there is a WhatsApp group. How to join a group? Okay, I will share the link of the WhatsApp group in a chat box. By using that link, you can join the WhatsApp group where we will guide through each and every process of the admission. Okay. Can I fill JEE and CT marks together in admission form for only one is allowed? Yeah, both the score you can fill in the same form. Okay, you will get the college depending upon whatever is eligible will make you eligible for the admission. Okay, in the same form you need to fill both JEE score also and CT score also. Okay, so I think all these are the questions. Let me ask if anybody want to ask the question. If anybody want to has raised the hand. So Devansh Savla, I will make Devansh Savla want to ask some question. Devansh Savla, are you there? Devanshi Savla, are you there? Yes, I think she's not there. Okay. Ishita, yeah. Devanshi Savla is there. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, so I had a question that for second year lateral admission, how many seats do we have in our college for IT?
Yeah, very good question. Yes, sir. Prashant sir, how many seats are available for the direct second year admission for IT?
See, usually the government rule is 10% of the sanction intake. So 120 is our current sanction intake for information technology. So direct second year, 10% of that will become 12. So 12 seats will be available. Apart from it, sometimes the first year vacant seats will also get added to this. But currently we'll consider that minimum is 10%. So 10% of the 120. So 12, minimum is 12 will be available. So this figure will go. Sometimes it will increase depending on the vacancies in the first year, etc. But minimum 12 will be there.
Okay, sir. So a supplementary question to the same question that I asked before. So basically seeing the cutoff or seeing the marks, that the students have received, I had a major question that what would be the cutoff, because that is a major concern right now, because the seats that are there is very less, and everybody now wants admission into IT or comms. So what can be the cutoff that we can expect as per you, but not the government, but still we can get an estimate cutoff if you can give a cutoff.
Yeah, the cutoff is already uploaded on the website, our Shah and Anchor Kachi Engineering College ka website. Okay. The
So
cutoff of
that
the
will be
direct second year and the first year both are uploaded for the last 2 years.
No, I understood that, sir. I have already seen that, and seeing that only, this is the question that I'm asking, because what I have heard or what I have read is that as per the last year, marks this time are a little bit less. So is there any chances for the cutoff to also go less, or it would be same as per what it was in the trend of last 2 years?
So it's a normal thinking. Okay, you need to wait for the merit list. Okay, through merit list only you will come to know how many students are there, how many students are there in that range. Okay, now how many students were there in that range in last year. So you need to just wait for the merit list. From the merit list only this okay, this idea will be clear. Okay, without seeing the result we cannot say that one. Okay, not possible.
Okay, and another one, will there will be any difference in the percentage cutoff for the Gujarati Jain minority and the open category for our college?
Yeah, because our college is a Gujarati Jain minority college. Obviously, minority student will get the benefit, and the cutoff will be lower than the open category students. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, sir.
I think I will like to add in your answer. Okay, because you are asking about the IIT only. Okay, it is difficult to get the admission in IT if the percentages are low. And
No,
the seats are
the
placed.
student, sir, the student that I'm asking is has scored 90% this time. So that was the major reason.
Yeah, see, 90% score. Now, you now don't think about the computer and IT. There are so many parallel branches started. Okay, those parallel to the computer and IT. For example, AIDS, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, which is equivalent branch where you can try. There also we have 6 seats. And the cyber security, where again 6 seats are there, you can try that one also. Cyber security is again parallel branch of the computer. Not only that one, now the electronics branch becomes electronics and computer science, where again 12 seats you will be having. So it's not like you are not getting admission in IT, so you can try all these branches. Okay, all these are equivalent to the computer only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I think we answered your all the questions.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Please fill the feedback form. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Ishita want. Yeah. Thank you. Ishita want to ask some question. I will unmute. Allow mic. Okay. Ishita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask that I am a domicile of Maharashtra as well as I am Gujarati Jain minority, but I have not given MHT CT. I have only given JE. So will I get any benefit in the institutional level?
Yeah, it's a very good question, sir.
Yes.
She's from the Maharashtra.
Yes.
She has not given the
Yes, sir.
CET, but she has given the JEE. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's get the benefit. Yes, sir. She get benefit of minority.
Yeah, you will get the benefit of the minority in our college for getting the admission. Okay, Ishita?
In which round? Institutional round, right?
No. Cap round.
No.
But I have just given JE, not CET.
Yeah, no problem. In the one form only you need to enter the JEE and
JE
CET.
also consider in cap round. JE also consider in cap round. JE and both the CET, MSCET or JE. Those who are domiciled in Maharashtra student, they can eligible for minority admission.
Okay, so for JE also you can use the minority.
Prashant sir? I
Yes,
think
you can use minority, but only you should belong to Maharashtra state, basically, for minority.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, anybody want to ask question? They can raise the hand. We can okay, in place of posting in chat box, we can answer from here only. Just raise your hand if you want to ask the question. Otherwise, we will stop this session. If you want to ask the question, please raise your hand. I am not able to find any hand raise. I think we already answered all the questions. Yeah, already the WhatsApp group link is posted in a chat box. Okay, those who are interested in joining the WhatsApp group for the guidance, they can join. I think there is no more hand raise. Okay, so I think this is time to close the session. Thank you, Bhushan sir. Thank you, Prashant sir, for this wonderful session and for giving your valuable time for guiding to the students and the parents. Okay, and giving the answer to the multiple questions. Hope in future also we'll conduct this type of session, which will be helpful to the parents and the students. Okay. Hope we'll see more in numbers in the next session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Manoj sir. Pedekar sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir,
sir.
yes.
Yeah. So I will close the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.